Now, I would like to invite Udit Bansal of Delhi Public Elementary School, Indore, to share his thoughts on study and scope of wind energy in India.
A very good morning to one and all present over here, honorable dignitaries, respected teachers, and all my dear friends. My name is Udit Bansal, and I am a student of class 10 in Delhi Public Elementary School. The topic of my presentation is Wind Energy, Future Scope in India. Before I move on to my presentation, let us first understand why we are celebrating this World Nature Conservation Day. We are celebrating it because due to all human activities and pollution, we are harming our nature every day. If you may have heard that 5 days before a flood came in China, which broke the record of last 1,000 years and destroyed over 15 lakh houses. This gives us message that if we will not save the nature, then we would not be able to survive in this world. So, to conserve the nature, it is very important to switch over to renewable sources of energy. Renewable energy sources is the most significant way as far as the global demand of electricity is concerned. This presentation depicts the current situation and future perspective of utilization of wind energy. At the present times, renewable energy is one of the most important topics in the world. It is important because the fossil fuel reserves in the world are reducing rapidly and no reserves will be found in the future. In inclusion to that, energy generation from fossil fuel may cause so many environmental problems like global warming, acid rains, etc. In today's modern world, renewable energy plays a major role. Renewable energy is the energy that's collected from renewable sources which are naturally replenished on a person's time scale like wind, sunlight, rain, tides, waves, geothermal heat, etc. Normally, renewable energy provides energy for four different areas. They are electricity generation, transportation, rural energy services, and air and water heating and cooling. As an example, Iceland and Norway already generate their electricity by using renewable sources of energy like wind, sun rays, tides, etc. India has also set up a goal to reach 100% renewable energy in the future. Many other countries like Denmark has decided to switch the total energy supply to 100% renewable energy by 2050. Wind energy has been identified as a promising renewable option because it's a way smaller impact on the environment compared to burning of fossil fuels. Many nations in the world identified and they have formulated policies to ensure that wind power has growing role in energy resources and energy generation. Figure 1 shows installed power capacity by fuel in 2020. This pie chart depicts that the energy capacity by the coal was 55%, by natural gas it was 7%, by diesel it was 1%, by nuclear power it was 1%, from hydropower it was 12%, and from other renewable resources like wind and sun rays it was 24%. Figure 2 depicts about renewable energy production in India. The total energy produced by the wind power is 47%, from solar power it is 36%, from biomass it is 11%, and from small hydropowers it is 6%. Figure 3 shows sector-wise energy consumption in India. The industrial sector of India consumes over 49% of total energy generated. The agriculture sector consumes 5%, the residential sector consumes 10%, the transport sector consumes 22%, and other sectors consume 14% of the electricity generated. Current scenario of wind energy in India. Over the years, there has been considerable increased amount of energy produced by wind-driven turbines thanks to recent advancement within the turbine technology. Although India may be a relatively newcomer to the wind industry compared with Denmark or the US, domestic policy support for wind generation has led India to become the country with the fourth largest installed wind generation capacity within the world. As of 30th June 2018, the installed capacity of wind generation in India was 34,293 megawatts. Wind power accounts for 10% of India's total installed power capacity. India has set an ambitious target to get 60,000 megawatts of electricity from wind generation by 2022. For increasing the production, MNRE announced a replacement wind-solar hybrid policy in May 2018. Figure 4, this bar graph depicts wind energy targets and achievements in India. In year 2015 and 16, the target was 4,460 megawatts, and the generated energy was 7,053 megawatts. In year 2016 and 17, the target was 16,660 megawatts, and the generated electricity was 11,320 megawatts. In 2017 and 18, 14,550 megawatt was the target, and the achieved was 5,602. In 2018 and 19, 15,602 megawatt was the target, and 8,530 megawatt was achieved. In 2019 and 20, the target was 12,802. From the above bar graph, we can conclude that only in year 2015 and 16 we were able to achieve our targets. Now, if we see wind power production in India. In India, Tamil Nadu is the largest producer of electricity from wind energy. It produces about 1500 megawatts. Rajasthan is the second largest producer. It produces about 1064 megawatts. The third largest producer in India is Maharashtra. It produces about 528 megawatts. Table 1 shows available generation capacity in Madhya Pradesh on August 2015. MP Genco and thermal hydropower produced 5,237 megawatt. NHDC and other hydros produced 2,427 megawatts. Central sector share produced 3,230 megawatts. DVC thermal produced 500 megawatts. IPP's thermal produced 2,986 megawatts. And renewable sources like wind and solar energy produced 1,020 megawatts. And the total energy produced in Madhya Pradesh was 15,400 megawatts. If we see the current energy policies in India, the first policy comes National Electricity Policy 2005. The policy is responsible to project preferential traffic for electricity produced by renewable sources of energy. It also aimed to provide electricity in all areas having no grid connectivity by 2012. It also aimed to increase minimum per capita availability to 1,000 kilowatt-hour per year by 2012. The second policy is Integrated Energy Policy 2006. It aimed to suggest and project a path to fulfill the total energy needs of the country in an integrated manner up to 2031-32. It mainly focuses on electricity generation from renewable sources of energy. The third policy is Renewable Energy Certificate 2001. It was introduced in 2001 to enhance the capital of renewable energy by leveling the interstate divergence of renewable energy generation and the requirement of the obligated entities to meet their renewable energy portfolios with different price rates for wind energy. Wind energy, a sustainable solution. It is evident that the use of wind energy as a permanent solution to the current global energy concerns could be sustainable. Even so, conditions to sustainability have been evaluated. As a result, even if the resources in its current state of technology is valuable enough to be part to support various developments in the business, achievements of vast technological opportunities could end up making the resources unlimited. At the monetary level, wind energy has proven to be not only environmentally but also socially profitable to financially reinforce wind industry while decreasing to cost competitive. So, this was an overview of research paper published in American Journal of Humanities and Social Science Research. The topic of the research paper is Wind Energy Scope in India. Writers are Udit Bansal and Yogesh sir. It is published in Volume 4, Issue 3 of year 2021. Page numbers are 263 to 271. The link is given below. These are some references which are used to make this presentation. Thank you and have a nice day.